Hi, welcome to the tutorial for the History of Nursing paper that I am making for you guys. I want you to succeed in this class, and I want to help you in understanding how to write this paper. The content does not need to be detailed. This is only a one-page paper. This paper is designed to help you apply your knowledge of the APA format. All of the nursing papers that you'll be writing will be in APA format. Now, after you submit this paper, I will grade it. If there's errors, I will give you a 0 grade and let you try again. Every time you resubmit your paper, I will take a point off. I'm hoping that by watching this video and the APA tutorial that Sister Orton has done, you'll be able to understand what is required. This paper is just to learn and get the format right. Please do not be discouraged if you have to do this paper a few times. This will help you in future papers. Okay, there's some great websites out there. Purdue has a great website, and apastyle.org has a great website that goes along with your book. You may find other websites that work for you. Okay, we're going to first start out with the page header. So make sure that it is flush left, 1-inch margin in that header area. Now, what's really confusing is that when you get in there, it's a different font. You need to make sure that you change that font to the Times New Roman 12 point. Okay, if you notice here, you put on your very first page, which will be your title page, you'll have running head. Notice how head is not capitalized. The words running head, like I said, are on the title page, page 1, and then the subsequent pages should show an abbreviated title, and the page number is flushed right. So you'll take out that running head on the second pages, or the second page and subsequent pages. You'll just take out that running head, but make sure that you have your page number that is flush right, and it should be a 1/2 inch from top of the title page. And page 1 starts on the title page and continues on every page, including the reference page. All right, now for the title page, make sure that you have that header that says running head on it and the title of your paper with page 1 in the header. Okay, this should be double spaced and should be centered on the upper half of your page. So here's a great example of what your title page should look like. Okay, now in regards to the body of the paper, if you notice here in the header, it's all in caps and the running head is not there. Make sure that it's in the Times New Roman 12 point and that the page number is flush right and 1-inch margin. Okay, now you will restate your title right here, but do not bold it. Make sure it's centered and not bolded. And all the spacing needs to be double spaced. So when you start the paragraph, you need to indent it 0.5 inch in. And this first part will just be the introduction of your paper. Also, you need to make sure that your margins are 1-inch margins. Now, another thing I want to point out is you need to put 2 spaces after the period. So you notice how there's 2 spaces here. That I will be looking at, and I will dock points if I see that there's only 1 there. Okay, so if you're going to be writing numbers less than 10, you need to write those numbers out. Anything above 10, you can put the numerical number on there. Now with headers, or level headings, you can find the level headings on page 62 in your APA book, but this is a first level heading, and you'll need a first and second level heading on this paper. So here's a first level heading. It is centered, it is bolded, and make sure that you are capitalizing the important words in your heading. This is a second level heading. It is flush left and it is bolded. Another thing that I wanted to make sure that you guys understand is you cannot use contractions. You can't put don't, D-O-N apostrophe T. You need to spell those out. Okay, there's some great resources for your citations that you can look for. The internet is a great resource, but you need to make sure that they are evidence-based information. Credit sources for all paraphrasing and quotations to avoid plagiarism. So make sure you're citing that and giving them recognition. It cannot be older than 5 years. Here's some great resources. You can go into the library at byui.edu. There's also some nursing research guides with this website. Now, do not use Wikipedia as a source. Wikipedia is a great place that you can find some evidence-based information, but you cannot cite Wikipedia. Also, if you go to scholar.google.com, you can find some great information there. Okay, now citing your works. So here, you're going to cite the author, the year, and the page number. If you're doing a direct quote, here's some different examples of how to do some citations. Now, when it comes down to here, and you have multiple authors, you need to put the ampersand between authors in the citation. There was a question on how to do and ampersand, and with the and, you just, if you were to write a sentence that said Smith and Jones, you'd put the year, said whatever the study or whatever, then you can use and. But if you're doing a citation, you need to make sure that you have this ampersand, okay? So when paraphrasing, the page number is not required, but it's encouraged. But if it's a direct quotation, you do need to put the page number. For 1 to 5 authors, all names first appear in the paper after that first author et al. So for example, the first one, you'd put all of the authors. And then if you're going to reference the same source the second time around, you would put Walker et al. So you can find this on page 177 in your book. Now, with 6+ authors, you wouldn't use this rule. You would just automatically put et al. So if you have any questions on that, please let me know. Okay, BYU Idaho has a great reference for if you need any help with spelling and grammar. So please go to this website if you need any help. Okay, on the reference page, now notice how on the header I still have my title and the page number. You're going to make sure that you have reference centered and double space. Use double space, no extra space between the lines, and make sure this is all in Times New Roman 12-point font. Okay, make sure also on your references that it is not bolded. Now notice here we have a hanging indent. Sister Orton really explains this very well in her tutorial to set this up. So make sure that this is indented. Each reference shown should be cited in the body of the paper as well as on the reference page. So anything that you had cited in your paper needs to be in this reference page. Notice here, all the references are alphabetized by the last name of the first author. Do not alphabetize each author within a single reference. And list multiple authors in whatever order their names appear on the book or the periodical. Now, right here we have a website. You need to remove the hyperlinks, no blue and no underlining. Also, you do not need to include the retrieval date. Just put retrieved from. So these are some different references for this paper. All right, I hope that this helped you. If you have any questions, please let me know. Good luck on writing this paper.